Alright, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer Tournament. We have a round two match. I believe our second to last of the second round. We have two longtime veterans of the community who've been here since the beginning, going head to head in this round two match. We have the 4th seed, Paraducks64, and the 13th seed, TapatioJ, which should be a very good match between these two very fine players. I'm Pro8007, and on the mic with me today is DLP316. Welcome.
Hey, yep, two racers that have been around for a long time. They've both won races in brackets before. They're both similar play styles and post pretty much around the same time, so it should be a very close couple races here.
Yep, Paradox was the bronze medalist in 2020, and TapatioJ, again, has been in the brackets all 5 years, has yet to make the semifinals, however. Maybe this year will be the breakthrough. But first, he has a formidable test, but he has been battle tested in this tournament so far, playing in probably the hardest group, Group E, going 4-2 with the likes of Teeks and Johnny Link.
Yeah, that was definitely probably the hardest group to come out of. So to be able to do that and then win his first round of brackets to make it here, he's definitely, you know, knows how to play the game. So
Oh, absolutely. And Paradox was one of 8 players to go undefeated, sweeping Group H, finishing with an average time of 35:30. But Tapatio's not far off. His average time was 36:07. The flag has been dropped, chat. So if you want to make a prediction for the first world, have at it.
I'm gonna go with World 1.
I'll go 4. We've got predictions of RWO and 4 and 5. We're off.
World 3, the beach.
So we got a pipe up front. We got 3 other pipes and, ooh, 3 forts.
This is I don't know about you, but this is not something that I want to see right out of the gate. A
Yeah.
Oceanside with 3 choices to go for.
Right. And the only saving grace, I suppose, in all of this is there are 2 locks visible, so if nothing breaks, then they'll know the answer right away. But we'll see.
Very true. There could also be a lock on one of the islands that you have to scroll to the right to get to as well, so technically none could be required, but that's highly unlikely, of course.
Yeah, possible, but yeah, pretty unlikely. That only happens maybe like 5–10% of the time. So Paradox actually took an early death in Carpet Fort, so he reversed course and actually went to 6F1 Elevator Fort. I think just to kind of give himself some breathing room here. Paradox is turning around. So it looks like Paradox actually picked the correct fort, but
It's
and
like
yeah,
Carpet Fort's in the way anyways.
yeah, so Tap had the right idea off the bat, but this is gonna be a bit slower for him.
Looks like that pipe that had the lock blocking it on that first screen is going to take him to the end.
Which again kind of makes sense. That is generally how this goes. So Paradox taking care of Boom Boom and Carpet 4 Tap doing the same in 6F1. Alright, so the door is open.
Yeah, they're going to have to end up playing all 3 anyways.
So not what you want to necessarily see, but on the they'll have to play one more stage after this. But all things considered, you could do worse for an opening world. The forts, while longer, are comfortably predictable in their own way.
Yeah, that's true. So you're pretty much always going to play the carpet fort that's in your way, and then
Yeah.
it's a 50-50, but I mean, logic says you're probably going to pick the one that's closer to you, so...
Generally, Tap with his fire flower is able to make quicker work of Boom Boom, but they're about even so far, 3 minutes in. Alright, so Tap's gonna play the stage, and oh goody, 5-9.
Paraduck's taking a Hammer Brother, though. He could get a Cloud here that...
Yeah. Tap played the Hammer Bro as well, and yeah, it's just a star, so, yeah. So, but yeah. And they'll have to play this Hammer Bro as well, so...
Yeah, if I know that my opponent has to play 5-9 or Atlantis as well early, like it's unavoidable, then I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's not a particularly difficult stage. It just takes a while. So if I know that somebody else has to play it, I'm not typically too worried about losing too much time.
Right, yeah, it is what it is. It's just one of those things you just gotta kind of deal with. Tap doing a nice job with the Boomerang Bros, and his reward is a hammer. And hammers do break locks in this game 1. Paraducks deferred on his choice to Tapatio, and Tap picked turning flags with hammers breaking locks.
Well, the World 6 airship is out of the pool now, so it's a good stage to use a tail on. It saves, 7 to 10 seconds flying over the mast, but doesn't look like either of the players are going to get that advantage here.
Yeah, sadly not. Tap almost ran into the ring, and no matter. It's a easy it's an easy one-hit kill, and Tap is the first one on the board at 454.
Yep, Paradox gets his Fire Flower, so he'll be slightly behind, especially if he just gets the one hit. Yep, there we go. Saves a couple seconds there.
So about a cutscene difference going into the next world, which is 7. So, and we have a 1-fort world 7 based on the 10 tile, so that's instructive. Fort's in an ugly spot too.
Yeah, that hammer play, if it's available, is looking really really good right about now.
It's certainly a good early option, especially if the next pipe ends up taking them to the Eastern Island.
Right. So right now, it looks like they have this one pipe option, and then they may have to play another level, depending on what's beyond this pipe. Yeah.
Yeah, so unless this leads to nowhere, this will... And it does, ooh. So...
Pretty linear 7 so far.
Alright, so 7-2 tile is 3-4, so... World 3 had a very World 6 bent, and so far World 3 is dominating Pipeland.
Nice move by Tap to slide under those two blocks there. That was a pretty split decision he made there. I would have tried to jump over it for sure, and probably would have gotten clipped, so nice moves by him.
Yeah, very, very nice bit of movement there. So, alright, so up next is... I think they're just going to play... I think that at this point, given that routing, just play the fort. It's not really worth it. Tap had a little trouble in Piranha, the first Piranha stage, but does manage to pull through.
Yeah, one fort, you just play it. He gets another hammer right there as it is. I mean, you're only going to save the fort, so I agree with you. You definitely just play the fort there. There's a lot better places to use your hammer.
Well, yeah, it's like he sees it. He's like, yeah, okay. Oh, he's going for it. All right.
If he continues to get hammers, it'll be a decent play, but
Yeah, I mean, he's got two. He's got two now, and World 3 is gone. So,
right.
and it is another hammer. So,
Wow. Well, this is a pretty fast stage that he skipped too. So Paradox might end up on top here, but I mean, 3 hammers. That's you're definitely feeling pretty good at that point.
and chat's just letting us know the other match we have going right now between the 3 seed Haxor and the 19 seed Glutamic Acid has gone to a game 3 sudden death. Tap having some trouble there early against Ludwig, but managed to find his bearings and gets out of there at 8:37.
Chat, don't spoil the end result of that race, please.
Yes, let's
Reminder.
let's keep the Glutamic and Haxor results private, as other people may want to watch. Alright, so we got prediction guessing 5. Mario RPG quote from Bowser, and we got 3 pipes and 2 forts up front here in World 6. Uh-oh. Paraduck's in trouble here. Okay, gets out of it.
Looks like after playing this fort, that pipe's gonna skip you quite a bit ahead in the world. If it were me, I'd probably just, well, since hammers break locks, I don't know if I would play the second fort or not. If it didn't, I would just play the 2 forts for sure, but
Yeah, I think it's worth the intelligence just to find out, if what is there and what isn't, and on that basis alone, it could be valuable. Tap had no trouble in Air Force. All right, so okay, so Tap is going to play the Boomerang. I think he's also doing this because he'll get a free look at if did that break the lock or not, and he gets a cloud out of the deal, just for good measure.
right. Okay, so it did break the lock.
Alright, so let's see what we got here. Okay, it's required. But with those extra hammers, like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, he's no interest in playing forts that he doesn't have to.
Yeah, Tap, is leaning pretty hard, I think, into the flags that he chose. He knows, being aggressive here is very likely going to pay off. So, I certainly don't blame him for really wanting to go for some of these strats. Tap having a little trouble here with the Paragoomba jamming things up, but okay.
Paraducks matches him with the hammer play there.
Yeah, it's like, after a certain point, it's like, the seed's pretty much giving you a signal here, isn't it?
Right.
It's a straight shot here, so 1-2 for Tap with a Boss Bass. Boss Bass also in 6-5 earlier, and Paraducks got a reset here.
Yep, you gotta get rid of that Paragoomba as fast as possible. It's just a nuisance, as always.
Yeah, the true final boss.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Alright, so World 5 airship, a pretty easy stage for P-Speed and for Lemmy kills. Shouldn't be any trouble getting 10 fireballs on him, and there it is.
Yeah, Tapatio looking really strong here coming out of the gate.
Yeah, he, Paradox had that early death that kind of set him behind a little bit, and he's been skipping a couple of hammer bros that have actually been paying off very nicely for Tap, but it is what it is. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. It really is situational, but I think Tap in general has played goes for the items a little more aggressively.
World 4 is World 4.
Yeah, we got a lock and a bridge visible, so good move by Tap right away, playing the pipe.
Yeah, pretty straightforward here. Just play the what's in your way first, and if it builds the bridge, continue on. If not, you got to come back and play one for it, so it's a pretty good World 4.
Yeah, nice, double fireball on the boomerang bros, the coin ship by Paraducks, or by Tap, excuse me, and so 1344 for Paraducks, so he's over 1 minute back now. We had the donut port. Oof. Got just enough momentum on that jump to clear the vault, to clear the pole vault.
Yeah, we've all been there where you just don't quite get up there.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just not enough. Alright, so
Vanilla 4 F1?
of course.
Almost like we've played this before.
Yeah, timer 100, I don't know, I lost count. Tap, just gonna use the starter, get rid of those hot feet in his way, and okay, gets enough P-speed to get through the pipe. Tap again gonna avail himself of the hammer bro and gets another P-wing, so
Not what he wanted to see, I'm sure, but not a bad item to have either.
no, well, World 7 airship would have been a good spot to use it. World 2 airship is fine as well. Actually, World 2 has already been played. 1 and 3 are still on the board. Those aren't bad either for P-wing usage.
Paraducks is going to save just a little bit of time going the top route there, and if he skips these hammer bros, he which looks like he's going to play the second one that just jumps off the screen, so he'll get the P-wing as well.
Yeah, so 16-15 for TapatioJ at the halfway point. 1, 2, and 5 still in play, chat. What do we got?
See World 1.
Yeah.
Want to see these hammers get used.
I'm gonna go 2.
There it
It
is.
is. There's a lock right up front. That's...
Yeah, I think he had...
Ooh, yeah, okay. It's like, I don't think he was thrilled about that choice, but...
Right. Especially when you could use it on this rock here as well, which I think Paraducks has 2 hammers, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a lead here.
I would not either. And we got 7-1 now for TapatioJ, and you know, this is where that World 7 play might be rearing its head again on Tap's side.
Yeah, 7-1, it's easier to clip when you're big as opposed to having a tail. You don't want to use a P-wing when you enter this
Preferably
stage.
not.
It's not an advisable play.
Yeah. Tap got through, but it took a lot longer than he would have liked. Paraducks is going to get a free pass here and is now in the lead over TapatioJ, just like that. The hammer plays, come off here, and now Tap is an 8-4, and that's not what I think he was hoping for.
Right. Yeah, so Paraducks is basically saving 3 levels on Tapatio here, and probably even more because this is a pretty long fort to go through.
Yeah, Tap's gamble on just going for it in World 7 to save 1 stage, as opposed to Paraducks, who has saved now 3 stages off that hammer. Oh, and Tap doesn't. Oh, and Paraducks got got a hammer off the hammer bro there.
Yeah, Paraducks is making all the right plays right now. If Tap misses out on that hammer, that could be very, very bad.
Yeah, that could swing the race for good easily. Alright, so 2-hitter on Morton.
Ugh, another longer level 2, but he does get a tail, so that should help if he can keep it.
Yeah, for that first tap. Alright, 5 or 1. Those are the last 2 worlds we have. Last time you get to make a guess on this. I will say 1.
Double dip World 5.
Double dip, oof.
Let's see it.
Does not.
It's got a hammer, so it's unlikely, but
yeah. Tap now in 1-1. Paraducks is in 6-2.
looks like he's not going to miss out on the... Yeah, I think this is the hammer.
I believe it is, yeah. So that saves him some time. He's going to be about 2 minutes back, though, going into... Oh, he's going for the other hammer, bro. Let's see if this actually gives him another hammer or, you know, something profitable. Well, that is probably about as good as he was going to get here, so...
Yeah, if there's a forced nasty stage up here in the sky, it could be pretty big for him.
Yeah, or grassland, you know, on the way to the castle. Another possibility. No P-speed strats from Tap here. He's just taking the bottom route. Neither fort is required, it looks like.
Uh-oh. Paraducks is in trouble.
Yep.
Broke too many blocks before he got to the sledge bro.
So
the anchor is the fire flower.
So that's good for him. So 21-14 for TapatioJ. So yeah, a little over 2 minutes difference now between the runners.
See when... Okay, he's just going to use the cloud right here. Oh, he's got 2 of them. I didn't realize that.
I thought he had already used it, but no, that gets him right back into this. Gets all the way to 4-3, so they're back into it. in the race, which is nice to see. Just a one-stage difference now, so this got much closer, much in a real hurry, and a good call. A somewhat risky call just on the off chance, but I think he would have been okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had 2 clouds there. I mean, that's huge. He's right back in it.
Yeah, less than a stage difference now. We'll see how aggressive he remains with the Hammer Bros. You know, after a certain point, it is like, well, okay, I've got all I need. Let's just go.
Right.
Yeah. So
Hoping for a cloud there.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Unfortunately, not the case. So he'll have to play that normally.
Yeah, I mean that's the instance where you want to, you know, figure it out if it is a cloud or not, while you still can.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing you want to do is do it right before Bowser. It's like, oh, well.
Yeah, hoping for a hammer suit, and it's a cloud on the final screen.
Yeah, Paraducks lost his Fire Mario, and he's got to do a 5-hit Roy. Roy is indeed our boy.
All right, World 1 is the final world, and typically hammers usually pay off in this world, which they both have, so gonna be in World 8 here pretty soon.
Yep, and and Tap losing his got hitbox there. So yeah, just about 25 seconds between the runners going into World 1, and the World 1 airship is also going to be played. Just a 1-porter, so
Yep, it's a fast stage 2 here. See what our hand item is.
I'd say it's also a good bet that the item, that the fort is going to be 1 fort.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it can't. Can it? No, it can't be, sorry.
Paraducks going for the clip. Gives it 1 try. Says no thanks.
And that's one of those clips you only try once. You don't do it again.
Let's see if he goes for the 2 cycle here. Looks like he's got it.
Tap with using one of his many P-Wings is like, oh, really can't use it here, can I?
Yeah, he needs the damage boost, in my opinion.
Yeah, he does. I'm surprised he's not. It's a safety play, but yeah, that's going to cost him a few seconds here.
Heavy Larry is just a 2-hitter, and that's it. We're on to the Great Equalizer already. Feel like we just started.
Yeah. We've got 1, 2, 4. We got 8 forts potentially in play here. Both World 3 forts, both World 5 forts, and both World 7 forts are still in. 6F2 and Super Tanks also still in play.
Not a bad first screen to see if you're playing. I always like having a linear first screen, especially if I feel like I'm ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely a favorable draw for Paradox, and Super Tanks is a pretty straightforward stage. And he used a P-Wing. I think he also figured, well, Fort Knox in there, and if you use it on the right fort, on that fort correctly, it's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I pretty much expect Tapatio, since he has so many P-Wings, to go in every fort that he plays with the tail, just in preparation of finding Fort Knox.
Tap just about done here. Paraducks doing exploration. And that tank is a facade 2-5.
We see the Navy is also blocked by a lock in the upper part of the hand bridge, so it's going to take at least a fort to break that, so that could be the gatekeeper on the final screen, or it could just be...
And there's another lock, in 8-2, just above 8 where 8-2 is. Tap getting grabbed by the hand. He's like, nope, sorry, I'm out of here.
I feel like it almost has to be a one bridge.
I think
final screen at this point, and that Navy has probably got to block it, I think.
Paraducks getting twisted around a little bit here. Made a wrong turn there. So feels like now they're just repeating moves. All right, Paraducks has found it. There's a one bridge. Yeah, didn't like what he saw, so he's gonna reverse course. I think he's also just looking for a straight line to the finish here.
Looks like he's gonna find it too.
Yep. Is this it? Is 3F1 the gatekeeper? It is not. Back to work. Alright, so I think Super Tanks is the next play, honestly. It's right there, you know.
Yeah, I think it's, well, there's Fort Knox. I think it's most likely going to break that lock where the Navy is, but I mean, you still gotta, you know, there's always a chance that, and you'll be able to see, because if the lock breaks on this dark screen, then you know that you gotta go play the Navy.
Right, exactly. And if it doesn't, then we've got it. Alright, tap, that, it is, so...
Yeah, so it's the Navy.
So we got hand luck coming. Excellent.
I don't know if Paradox has found the way to that yet.
Alright, so maybe he knows now. Alright, so what do we got?
I'd probably just play this. It's not too long.
Yeah, especially since he's gonna have to go. He got to go back. You know,
right.
That's the thing. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Now he's gonna do it, I think. So
Paradox also aced 3 hand stages in a row twice. Quite a few tournaments ago. Just like a 1 in 64 chance. So he probably isn't afraid of hand luck.
No.
I think that was against the Haxor way back when.
Oh, yeah. So tap sees it, he's like, but it's what's in front of him is scaring him off, and unfortunately, yeah, now that's gonna do it. 3F2 is the gatekeeper.
Yep. Validated seed.
So neither World 5 fort showed up today in this seed. That's interesting.
Oof. Tap's gonna have to get through this, these hand stages without getting grabbed on the way back too, if he wants to make this interesting.
And even then, you know.
Yeah.
We're still essentially like an unforced error from Paradox to making this happen, but we shall see. Alright, the road is clear. Both have hammer suits.
Yeah, I don't think Tap can catch him even if he loses his hammer suit, so it's gonna be really close.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And that hand grabbing him, yeah. And Tab's like, oh, yeah, just do it, right?
Oh,
Oh, he mac and cheese is the clip.
yep. That that pretty much puts the end of any sort of comeback, unfortunately for Tapatio, but and goodbye Bowser.
Alright, so get out your GGs for Paraducks64 takes game 1 of this 3-game set, finishing with an official race time of 32:52.
Yep, I like the aggressiveness from Tap to just sort of just try to blaze through it as fast as you can. Unfortunately, just saving that extra hammer in World 7 was the play to make.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you don't expect that to be the thing that undoes you, but unfortunately, it was in this case, and it wasn't even. It's not even necessarily a bad call. It's just like you don't expect double hammer to come in and get you in that kind of game, you know. But with those kind of flag sets, you know, it probably does have to be on the back of your mind somewhere.
Right. Tap also gets the mac and cheese and I think that's the task kill with the hammers there.
Yeah.
So GG's for Tap as well. Everybody in chat, get your GG's out.
And he finishes with an official race time of 34:01. So very good race by both players. Again, just one. It was just a hammer play. That really was it.
Yep, very
So
exciting race. Lead changes back and forth. I expect game 2 to be very similar, and we may even get a game 3 out of this.
can only hope so. Alright, so we'll be back in a couple of minutes for game 2 of this best of 3 set, so don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
Yep.
Hey, we are back for game two of this best of three matchup between Paraducks64 and TapatioJ. If you missed game one, it was a very entertaining back and forth affair with hammers breaking locks, and those hammers turned out to be the difference as an aggressive hammer play by TapatioJ in World 7. Unfortunately, backfired on him a little bit, and he did not have an extra hammer for World 2, which allowed a double hammer play. So Paradox took the lead and held it for the rest of the way. So we'll see what happens here in game 2, which is going to be all about the questions.
Yep, this flag set gets rid of the level panels, so you can't get some intel about how many forts are going to be in the world, and it also gets rid of all the hand luck shenanigans, as those get replaced with question mark tiles as well, and hammers do not break locks here. So this is
Right.
a lot heavier execution based than locker item based.
Right, and should we go to game 3, these will be the same flag sets we used for that match as well. So here we go. We're going to drop the flag. Chat, get your predictions in for the first world if you haven't already. I'll say it was 3 in the last seed. I'll say 5 this time.
I was just gonna say I want to see a double dip World 5 right out of the gate.
All right. Well, double dip world 5, you know. With Piranha Port being the first fort they have to play.
Yep. Yep. 7-5 in Atlantis at top before you get to the castle too. Why not?
Oh, wow. Well, now we're just getting sadistic. Hey, you rolled this, so you know, I guess I guess I can't begrudge you too badly. I mean, it is your creation after all.
Right. I used to roll jet seeds, and now I just roll abominations. So I guess we'll see where we're at today. Well,
Hey, well, ask and ye may well receive. I think we're getting a double, or at least might get a double run through the ground at least.
yeah, it looks like yeah, it looks like you're just gonna have to play the fort after this, and then there's the blue fort, and then so not quite a double dip, but still World 5. It's can be a nasty world to start out with.
Yeah. To answer chat's question, the gap between the two runners in game 1 was 1 minute and 9 seconds. So 5F1 was one of the three forts we did not, one of the forts we did not see in the first match.
Paradox was taking it a little slow, maintaining his power up, though. So
Yeah. So if we have 5F1, does that mean blue fort's 5F2?
no,
Darn.
4F1.
Right, so again, a difference in approach here. Tap is going bottom route again. Paradox is going top route, but Tap is actually getting out of there a little faster, but Paradox is going to get the orb on Boom Boom, so...
So like 3 lead changes in that one fort.
Pretty close, yeah. Paradox is going for the hammer, bro. So is Tap.
There's the hammer bro luck that I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, it's like, you know, This is like what they should have been getting the first time around. There's a hammer, though. So not entirely unlike what they got in game 1. Alright, let's see.
Huh. Paraducks going all the way to the bottom, and Tapatio following suit. Paraducks doesn't want any part of this level, though. I don't blame him.
No, Tap is gonna continue, is gonna soldier on, though. Okay, you just gotta commit to this then, you know. The
This
third
is
hammer
3 forts, then. 3 fort. World 5.
Yeah, 3F2 is the third and final fort.
Yeah, you can see just how long 7-9 is still in this stage with that cheap that's a nuisance, and the enemy set was not that great with all the Paragoombas too, so it's just a really long level.
Paragoombas, the Micro Goombas, all of that. Yeah, it was really slowing things down for him. Okay, so Tap is going to play the third hammer, bro, and, oh boy. Oh no. Just have to do it again.
Paraducks could have skipped this level.
Yeah, he could have.
He would have taken the pipe, so Tapatio could use that to his advantage if he makes the heads-up play.
Yeah, it's pretty, yep, there it is, Paradox Pipe, so Tap is back in the lead here, albeit as Small Mario and the World 7 airship, no less.
Yeah. At least there's 2 chances for power-ups here if he should choose to look at both of them.
No, not a bad idea, especially early to, you know, get your fill if you can, but Tap's like, nope, I only need one.
Yeah, when you're down 1 game already, it's win or go home time, so you pretty much, you know, you still want to play your own game, but you kind of have to let some of the safety factors go if you want to try to send it to a game 3.
Yeah, it's a full 5-hitter on top of that, so Paradox could get some time back, potentially. But not really going after him. Alright, so World 1 in the books. A 12-second difference.
Yeah, over 5 minutes for a world, especially the first one. That's kind of on the longer side. So, especially when you take a death to like the Hammer Bro, I think both runners are probably feeling a little behind right now.
Yeah, then again, the first world took about 5 minutes last time as well, so not completely uncharacteristic. Tap, really... Oh, right, hammers don't break locks this time. So we're in 1-4.
Yep, looks like they're gonna have to take the scenic route around here, and there's no guarantee that this fort that's in the way is gonna break the lock that they need it to, so could potentially almost full clear this world depending on how depending on which fort breaks the lock.
Yeah, they're gonna go with the one in the vanilla location first, just because, again, on the way. And it is and it's a vanilla 1 fort, so yeah, they have to play the. No, they don't actually. You can swing around.
Wait,
which is
they have to play it.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's okay. That messed me up even. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lock was in the.
No.
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
No. Well, both are correct. I think maybe Tapatio's maybe hoping to get a. I'm gonna be charitable and say he was hoping to get a leaf out of this. Yeah. Now he has to play this.
Yeah. See if we can get a clip here. It doesn't go for it. Yeah, so Tap might be feeling the pressure of you know, this being an elimination game, and he already took that death to the Boomerang Bros, so he might just be feeling the pressure a little bit, but either way, that doesn't put him too far behind, so.
Oh, man.
What a seed.
Yeah. Ooh, Paraducks losing his Fire Flowers, so this next section could be a little perilous.
Paraducks just squeezes by there and traps that blooper in the jail cell there. Man, this enemy set is ugly.
This is not. This is like one of the worst you'd see.
Of course, that final enemy is a blooper, as is tradition.
Yeah, it's like Tap taking his time there, getting around him. He really wants to hold on to his Fire Flower.
Oh, look out. World 2, in this stage with the item, I think we might see runners go for it since it is kind of early, and it looks like Paradox is going to.
Yeah.
Tap is going to skip. So it could,
So Tap is going to be back in the lead now. But what is that item? Oh, a fabulous-looking Tanuki suit. Unfortunately, not the kind of major progression you would hope for.
Great. Alright, the World 3 airship. Probably my least favorite airship. It's definitely the hardest to, like, P-speed through. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
If you use a P-wing first, it's pretty slow flying over. It's just a really awkward airship.
I think it was a 5-hit Larry on top of all of that.
Yeah.
Very close. Very
Two
close.
worlds, 2 5-hit Koopa Kids, is that right?
Yep.
Alright, well, the seed is not disappointing so far.
And both worlds took over 5 minutes. So, and the World 1 almost took 6.
Each given an anchor, which can be any item in the game other than a hammer.
Right.
Tap switching for the leaf here, which I kind of like. It can make this this level a lot faster towards the end and safer. You just sort of float over the whole mess of enemies that are usually down there.
Yeah. And Paradox had a little trouble there in 5-1. So yeah, the anchor in game 1 was a Fire Flower.
Tap finds the 1.5 beta, which is Another one of those stages that it's a little awkward. The enemy set is pretty much the same, besides some piranha variation at the end, but with the tail, he's making very nice quick work of that stage.
Chat saying, got a feeling this isn't going to be a sub 30 seed. That's a pretty reasonable guess at this point, unless the pipes start doing godlike things.
Right.
Well, Tap uses the one frame window, bypass the hammer, bro, but all for naught.
Yep. Looping pipes right in the beginning. You hate to see it as a runner.
Man. Paraducks getting another hammer. Tap skipped that, bro. He's not going back either. 7-6 with a tail. Well, I can make this look easy sometimes, but others, yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty good at this with the tail. I would much rather play 5-6 than try to clip
So would
the
I.
tail, but
So would I, quite honestly, but, you know, it's one of those things. But Tap does a pretty good job of it, all the same. Paradox does a nice job at 5-6. No piece speed, but very credible. Ooh, fort required, alright.
yeah, hammer is not going to be useful in this stage, or this world.
At this world, we still have 2, 3, and 4 in play, though, and you never know. Right, so Tap barrels through Donut Fort.
Paraducks is playing all the Hammer Brothers here. Gets a P-Wing.
Yeah, it was interesting because he really didn't in game 1. He was largely avoidant, but this time he's really going after him.
Alright, so once you get to that second pipe, that's a free pass to the end of the world, so... Not a horrible World 6, about average.
Yeah, it's about 4 minutes, you know, which is the shortest they've had so far, with Lemmy. Now, let's see what we got. 1 hit, 2 hits, and ooh, those... Alright, just the standard 3. So Tap with the lead, but Paradox holding a couple of items that could have a tremendous impact like it did in game 1, so we'll see. Chat, we have 2, 3, 4, and 7 to play. What's it gonna be?
7.
Oh,
Nice fire
Let's see.
kill.
yeah, I just got that under the wire there. A lot of 7s in chat, and it is 4. Again, 4 is 4.
It's gonna be 2 required forts here, at least.
Ouch.
And it's a long World 4 as well. Gonna have to play 5 stages here, I believe, at least.
Yeah. We got a hammer suit in the letter, which is nice, but yeah, 7-3 leads off here in World 4.
Yep, this is heading towards a 40-minute seed, I'd say.
Yeah. In
Tends
my
to balance
experience,
itself out, though.
if the seed is long in the first half, it usually gets a bit shorter in the second. So we'll see if that bears out. We have 1-3. Another potential hidden item here. 3-7 already appeared. Just gave out a Tanuki suit though. But Tap is going for it.
I think I need to roll more seeds for you then. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see
This-
what it is.
Another hammer.
Nice.
Alright, so that's good. Tap, is he going to play the item? He's going to play the bro, he is.
Paraducks
Sorry.
did not go for the item, so he saved a little bit of time on 1-3.
4-1 with some vanilla enemies.
That was a real interesting tail whip shell pickup there.
Yeah. See that kind of strat very often.
Yeah.
P-Wing's gonna slow hit Paraducks down just a little bit here. Alright, so Tap's gonna have to play this Hammer Boy's kind of in the way.
Yeah, I don't think either of them have any music boxes, so it's just adding to the length of these worlds.
Yeah, double Fire Bros for Paradox. He gets through it. So 6F3.
And he gets the force draw into the Boomerang Brothers. Luckily, he had a tail and wasn't in any real threat of getting marathon there.
Yeah, it's like one of the worst case scenarios. You get into a marathon with a really ugly draw. It's like, you really don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're small and you got the Fire Bros in water, you can pretty much take a game over there.
Pretty much. Alright, so that's done for Tap. He's done with Carpet Fort. He's on his way to the next fort after dispatching the Fire Bros.
Man, these players aren't getting any kind of luck at all. They're having to play most of the levels, and every Hammer Brother was in both their ways the entire way, so there was no even avoiding them.
Yeah. Ooh, Tap taking a hit there, so we lost Fire Mario.
Oh, nice wall jump by Tap. Doesn't do anything at all, but it looks cool.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all that matters.
Yep.
Right. World 2 airship.
So World 5 had 3 forts in it, so at least one of the worlds is going to have one missing.
Alright, so what we got next, Chad? We got 2, 3, and 7 to play. So
Yeah, let's see,
2008.
let's see World 3 before they get another hammer that would allow it to be a viable double hammer play.
Yeah. It is 2, and fort in front. Looks like the hammer is not going to really be valuable here unless this takes him kind of far afield, but looking okay for Tap right now. Lost his P-speed, unfortunately. Paraducks lost his Fire Flower.
Yeah, this could be a pretty decently fast world even without the hammer play. If this fort breaks that lock, it could take him to right to the end. But if there's a sneaky hidden fort somewhere, then this could also be a very long world.
At least for Tap, well, not actually for neither it would be, but then Paraducks would have to abandon the idea of a double hammer play. And there it is. Alright, so... Oh.
Yep. There's that balancing out, like you said.
Cha-ching. Well, we still have 3 and 7 to play, and generally speaking, they do not veer toward the short side. And with one hit Morton. very close. Less than 5 seconds difference right now.
Yep, that's what you like to see. Just high level Mario 3 playing and items not really, swaying things one way or the other. It makes for really close races in brackets.
So 3 or 7, chat. What's it going to be? And it is 7, so 3 is last.
See 2 forts right out of the gate.
Oh, yeah, and
Bowling hammers
yeah,
broke blocks.
if only. Well, that is instructive in of itself. So 3 more pipe checks. All right, that's
Yeah, this World 7 could be pretty quick too if this breaks the lock at the end.
Neither's going for the 100-coin fine. They have P-Wings, so they could have opted for it, but both are going to just take the Tanuki instead.
Tap with a swag kill over there with the flight.
It didn't break the lock, so this looking free.
Yep.
And it is.
No music box. I don't think he meant to use a P-Wing there. I think he meant to use a star, but nonetheless. Just
love
about
that.
in sync.
Yeah. You know you love it.
Yep. It's just the World 6. They both have tails, and it is neither going for the flyover, though, which would give them a lead, but oh well.
One of those things you kind of forget about sometimes. It's like, generally I forget, like, oh, right, I could use a tail right about now. Oh.
I don't use the tracker, but I definitely mentally try to deduce like when the World 6 airship is coming up, just for that reason, because it does save a decent amount of time, at least 5 or 6 seconds, if not more, which, I mean, that's a decent chunk of time when you're, I mean, they're a second apart right now, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 seconds by my count. World 3, World 4 airship to play, and this is it. Double hammers.
Oh, yeah.
Paraducks is gonna skip 3 stages.
Yep, he's gonna come out lucky with those hammers again in this seed.
And this time it was not because of an early hammer play, but because of a hammer bro he did in that 1 pixel skip in World 6. Tap skipping the hammer bro. He's like, yeah, I don't need that. Like, well, actually, it turns out you did.
Yep. Yep, it's crazy how that happens. That, something similar happened in my race against Macobra. I avoided bros, and yeah, in brackets, that's typically like the textbook play to do, but it just so happened that they gave like a couple hammers and clouds, and it was just game over after that point. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right, so Tap's gonna have to hope, basically, that these stages are not too onerous, and that he can still stay in it. And, oh, yeah, and just, now the seat's just getting passive-aggressive here.
Yep.
Oh.
Another hammer just in case he wants to take the canoe and get some items.
Yeah.
And
And a cloud. And with the question marks, questions now in World 8, that does give more value to clouds. Not a lot, but enough to where it's not the craziest idea to have one on hand.
For sure. Yeah, there's been several situations in practice and racing and everything with the question marks that the clouds are definitely more viable in World 8. I still try to use them up before I get there, but I've come across Atlantis in World 8 that I would have loved to have a cloud for plenty of times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, generally I also try and burn everything before I get to World 8, but sometimes circumstances don't really call for it, so it's like, okay, I guess I'm using this. Okay, so it didn't do what he was hoping for.
I was gonna say, I think both forts might be required here because we only saw the one lock that's blocking the path, but there still could have been one more likely blocking the castle. So kind of a long world to finish off with, especially long for Tap.
We just finished 2-2. $38 to 3-9 for for Paradox. Tap now in finally in 3F1.
Yeah, unfortunately there's just not really a way to make this go any faster for Tap.
First World 8 fort of this seed with 8 fort.
See if Paraducks can get the one cycle here. Takes a damage boost. Easy.
Or 8 fort. Bowser's Infernal Disco Door Maze. Okay, that's descriptive. There it is. So Paradox on his way to the World 4 airship. See, I think we've seen one thick Koopa, but not two yet, so odds are Wendy is going to be just that.
Paraducks not taking his chances, going out of his way to get the flower or leaf.
She's not thick, but she's
She's
gonna need all 5. She is a 5-hitter, though.
Yep.
So Paradox in the driver's seat going into World 8, but the Great Equalizer, and Paradox had some trouble in Game 1 navigating, so no guarantees of anything. In terms of forts, we have 6 that have not been seen so far. 2 F1, 2 forts, 6 F1, 7 F2, Navy, Air Force, and super tanks. Oh no, we have seen super tanks. Excuse me. But the other 5 are still in play, and there goes Air Force.
Tapatio damage boosting in that final screen in 8 forts, trying to save as much time as possible.
Yeah, it'll be about 90 or so. So it'll be about 2 minutes back going into World 8. So and there's that hammer. He's not going to have the cloud either, so that's another strike against him, unfortunately.
Small possibility he could save time from not playing the bro, but I mean, as soon as Paraducks finds a viable place to use the cloud, that idea is out. Could also get a off-screen wand grab, but that's out as well now.
Yeah, and so far not much, and like anything else with those cloud plays, it's got to be a linear solution. We're not really seeing it right now. He's not going to play Navy. There's a... Okay, nothing there.
Still not playing it.
The Paradox is going to check the other pipe now. Alright, so... That's interesting. I mean, I kind of get what he's going for here. He's going to play Navy, circle around, maybe play tanks or super tanks, I don't know.
Yeah, I think if I made that play, I would probably have to commit to playing super tanks and checking that upper left-hand corner before to make some sort of sense out of using that cloud.
To justify it, even if it is just to yourself, like, yeah, I'm not completely crazy here. I did the thing. So, alright, fine.
Right, I get what he's going for. He's trying to avoid all those pipe transitions and stuff, but...
Right. Tap is like, no thanks, I don't wanna...
Now Paradox is going back, so
that
was not a good cloud play at this point.
Well, it could be, but he's got to play that tank style. But yeah, at this point, he probably would have been better off just doing it. All right, Tap is in the Navy. All right, so is this actually a fort? First of all, yes, it is. That's the last fort. So all forts are accounted for. So, wow, Piranha Fort absent in both seats today.
Yeah, Tap's gonna have to just go for super tanks here if, yep, there you go.
This good move on his part because we know, well, actually, well, Paradox doesn't know this, unless this is a routing thing, this fort, we'll see if this fort is actually required or not, so let's see. That no surprise there. There's a pipe.
Is
this
take him to the upper right or oh wow.
Ooh. All right, so not required at all. Well, it is required. Well, because that was blocking the route.
Right.
So yeah, so they're getting a logic workout here.
Yeah, Paradox will be on his way, but
it's in the top left again.
Yeah, if I'm routing this right now, I'm pretty I'd be a little flustered, I think.
Yeah, so Paradox is at Bowser. It is his to lose. Making his push for the quarterfinals for, I believe, the fourth time to date, and
There, but Tap bypassed it.
yeah,
So
no.
so he saved a fort or a level, so he's still got a chance here.
Yeah, he's
Barring,
got a. Yeah, Paradox mac and cheese the clip in game one. Can he do it again? Yes, he can.
wow. Clutch.
Paradox just about done here. There's 5 hammers to Bowser's head, and that is it.
Wow. The item
Paradox
luck is outstanding in Paradux's favor. He's gonna finish just ahead of Tap, who had to play at like at least 3 or 4 extra levels this seed.
Yeah, actually, Paradox played. Paradox had to play a few extras himself, but it wasn't enough to offset. And Paradox finishes with an official race time of 38:15, as Tap has just finished off Bowser as well.
Yep. Get your GGs in chat, everybody, for this fantastic race.
So Tap
Very
finishes
close
official.
all throughout.
Yeah, official race time for Tapatio 38:41.
See if we can get these guys in here for an interview.
We got Tapatio waiting. See if Paradox will join it. There they are. Righty, we are joined by our 2 competitors today, Paraducks64 and TapatioJ, to the chat. GG's, guys.
Yeah, GG's. Well played, Para. Good stuff.
GGs.
So let us talk about double hammer plays today.
You actually had 2 hammers for that World 3.
Oh,
that would happen.
That is what happened in game 2, and then game 1, the double hammer play in World 2, because Tap, you used that hammer earlier in World 7, so Paradox did not, so he was able to bypass pretty much all of World 2 in one fell swoop while you had to play it.
Dang.
Yeah, items were huge difference in both races. The hammers.
I mean, you know, it's one of those things, and the extra hammer tap actually came in World 6. That hammer bro you did the one tile skip on had the hammer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like, what are the odds, right? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny with because I like doing the hammers break locks, and I'm usually going for them. But like, kind of given the resources and how I'd been using hammers to that point, it just like I was kind of in rhythm, and I just didn't even I wasn't even too concerned about it. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. Like we still got through that World 6 pretty fast, but I wouldn't have figured I'd have been back a hammer in that first game, but yeah, that's what happens when you don't play them all, right?
Well, it is one of those freaky bits of luck, but you know, you played World 8 a little more accurately and a little more luckily in this case, and you know, again, only 25 seconds, so you cut the gap pretty quick there. So you know, it's one of those things, and but I'm play-wise, you know, both of you were very clean throughout. Very few, you know, outright mistakes or blunders in levels. I mean, it was very clean overall, which I think we kind of expected going in.
Yeah, Tap, your routing I think was a little better, especially in that second race, because you skipped a level in World 5 actually by taking the pipe to the twisty castle, so you skipped that level at the end there, and I think you routed World 3 and 8 a little better as well, but unfortunately just wasn't quite enough. You guys were neck and neck pretty much the whole way, though. It was a very good race to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 5. I realized my mistake when I entered the stage. That was a fast stage, so I did it anyway. So
Yeah.
once I entered the stage, I saw the pipe. I said, "Oh, I should have done that. I should have done that, and I didn't. I made some mistake. Both will 8 were pretty bad.
That first one was a
Let's
mess.
see.
So it was hard not to do that first one a little wacky. I mean, it ended up being you needed to get to the Lonely Island to get that one fort done. I think it was the Air Force that was up there. And that ended up being the key to everything right there. But it was just like we had to do all 4 forts, I believe. I don't know if you did too, but it was just it had you running all over the place. Felt a lot better about that game 2-1, as evidence, I suppose, by making it a little bit closer there. But I knew it was probably going to be neck and neck. And I did take a couple deaths. That was unfortunate, just some silly stuff. The 1-in-1 fort, it was like half on purpose, half not. I was kind of thinking ahead because I was like, okay, well, this isn't the one there, so it's going to be the other fort. And I was kind of thinking about a tail as well. I'm like, well, if I get a tail in the other one, and so like, I probably shouldn't have taken the death there. That was a little silly, but it only probably cost me a handful of seconds. So
That's kind of what we were thinking. It's like, wait, it's like it was kind of like, almost 5D chess. Like, okay, well, if this happens, then that happens, then that will happen. So it took us like a couple of seconds. Like, oh, okay, well, this might work. It is one of those things, but and but yeah, Paradox once again in the quarterfinals. I think this is your 4th time, I think, being in the quarters. Your thoughts?
Yeah, last tournament I was out by the Axer, which won the tourney. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I've reached the quarterfinals again. It'll be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, because well, you get me now in the quarterfinals, and I think our viewers here are going to be basically seeing a repeat of what we saw today. Because I think we play pretty much the same in terms of style.
Yeah, I'll just need to make little less mistakes, like doing an extra stage.
Well, it's one of those things where in the heat of the moment, it's like you're just trying to stay. Like it's amazing how you look back, like, oh wow, I could have done this so much better. But what are you gonna do? But yeah,
I'd rather do that than wind up on the bottom of World 5 or something like that. So
yeah, really. Absolutely. And Tap, sadly, your departure from the tournament, but you've made the brackets every year, so that's still quite an accomplishment.
Yeah. I think actually I've been able to somehow scrap my way to the quarterfinals, so this breaks that streak of making it there. But just kind of knowing like the competition is, everybody out there, you can't really you can't take anybody for granted. I think anybody could take a set, take a game at any point. So yeah, I knew it was going to be a tough one. Obviously, Para's a longtime vet, just like myself, of this game, and so I knew it was going to be some close matches. I'm happy we were able to come close. I was hoping we can make it a three game set, but I was pretty happy with my play in general. And yeah, outside of maybe a couple little routing things I could have done maybe a little bit better, and maybe a death or so that I took mistaken. Oh yeah, I took a 1-1 death in this second seed. That was silly. But yeah, outside of those sort of things, like I'm pretty happy with how I played. So, GG's.
Yeah.
The level of competition is definitely a lot higher now than it ever has been, and it's really admirable seeing the same names that have been there, along the way, making it to the brackets and the quarterfinals. Especially when I follow a lot of people, I don't see them streaming this very much, and just to be able to stay playing at the high level of competition you guys are playing at, it's really, really impressive and fun to watch. So yeah, GG's to both of you.
Yeah, and we have one more second round match on the docket tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. The 8-9 seeds, Human Mustard versus Teaks will go head to head. The winner of that match will take on Mitch Flower Power in the quarterfinals. So, going to be a very intense match. Mustard, looking to make the quarters again and maybe try and get to the semis for the first time. And Teaks, of course, was runner-up last year. So, also looking to make another deep run here. And yeah, it should be. We got a lot of intense matches coming up here in the Mario 3 Rando tournament.
You guys have anything else you'd like to add about the seed or Para moving forward?
Nah, not really. I'm sorry about the thing that happened last time on Friday, I think.
Yeah, it is what it is. It all worked out in the end, so that's what matters.
Yeah, life finds a way. We made it work. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to have this match. I knew it was going to be hopefully a good one. So pretty happy with that. Thank you guys for the comms as well. Thank you all for watching. It's a shame I won't be able to participate anymore, but until next year, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, we'll also have SG Live starting up in September. We'll be doing something with that, I think. So
Excellent.
a smaller, more fast-paced tournament, but a tournament nonetheless, and perhaps also live at SG Live in October. So yeah, the fun is not quite over just yet. So. All right, so well, thanks all for watching. Thanks SpeedGaming as always for hosting us, and everyone behind the scenes making this happen. DLP for joining me here today, and again, GG's to our runners, Paraducks64 and TapatioJ. Congrats on a very exciting race today.
GG.